Hi, and again we want to look at some transposition of formulas. In this particular formula, we have a fraction involved, so what we're going to do is to try and resolve that particular problem and then go through the process of looking at it. So we're looking at transposition. Trans means across, moving something across from one side to the other. So we look. Let's have a look at a formula, a definite equation. That is S, which is displacement, equals u, which is the initial velocity, times time. We don't. When we use an algebra, we don't use the multiplication sign, and that is plus added to 1/2 of a t squared. Okay, well, we can look at this because the half is actually the half base times height of a triangle. Anyway, I'll try not to confuse you too much. Now, what we need to find is the value, or what the equality is, of the letter u in this equation, and that's here. Can you see it there? Now, the first thing we need to do is to unclutter u. We've got to get rid. We want to get rid, really, of all of this somehow. Now, how do we do that? Well, the first thing I want to do, really, is to multiply everything by 2, because 2 times this half is going to be 1 times at squared. So let's multiply by 2. That leaves, so we've got to do everything to same, because this is an add sign. We've got to do the same to everything that's in there. So we might end up with we definitely will end up with 2s, which is s times 2, equals 2ut plus, and 2 times 1/2 is 1, and 1 times at squared is simply at squared, not 80. Not 80, but at squared. Now, we're still looking for this u here. So what we need to do really is to subtract 80 squared from both sides. So let's put 80 minus 80 squared. So we now got 2s minus at squared equals 2ut. What is cluttering up u? Well, 2t. This is 2 times u times t, so if we divide 2 times u times t by 2t, we end up with u. Okay, let's have a go at that then. So we've got 2s minus at squared. Let's just say this, divide by 2t. So divided by 2t equals u. Now it is a convention worldwide in mathematics for I don't know how many thousand years that the subject of the equation ends up on the left-hand side, because that is what we're saying. We're saying, what is u? Well, u is 2s minus at squared divided by 2t. And that's the answer. I might work out some other ones later on. Thank you for your time. If you like, please click on like. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments box. Great to see you. Cheers.